The MA Aesthetics and Politics program is a small, unorthodox academic program that's situated at the heart of an experimental art school. We have close partnerships in the LA area, so nationally in the United States and also beyond. We have several international partners as well. The program is unique in that it focuses on critical theory between aesthetics and politics. We are obviously interested in the politics of art, but aesthetics for us is much more than that. It's the branch of philosophy that studies sensation, what we sense, feel, and perceive. And so we will be interested, for example, in the politics of, let's say, bodies that are visible to us or invisible to us, certain voices that are audible to us or inaudible to us. These are questions of aesthetics, but you can immediately hear from how I'm talking about it that there's a politics to that as well. What we think of as politics, they are gestures that challenge those particular distributions, so that seek to make the invisible visible, the inaudible audible. And the Aesthetics and Politics program is continuously studying those kinds of gestures and situations.
One of my favorite things about teaching at CalArts is the collaborative relationship between faculty and students. And CalArts was founded on the principle that students come to the Institute as artists, just as faculty do. So we're a community of artists, which is maybe different from what you would find in a university environment if you were studying critical theory. In that context, this notion of sort of we're all thinkers, right, at different stages of our projects. And I think there's also a real freedom you find in an art school context.
You will find students singing in the hallway, or there'll be paintings almost every day, a new exhibition. So you are not in a stuffy classroom that is only like a bunch of library books. You can do that, but the beating heart of the artistic imagination is always present around you. I teach a class on Black crime and the lynch mob society. I've also taught a class on trap music and the Black arts. And I like the different mixtures of students. People who are not offended by the radical expressions in art, and people who are not offended by radical ideas in general. I think they're extremely at home here.
I think students should enroll in this program who want to experience a learning environment that is unlike most others, and where they know that they have a project that will benefit from both freedom and boundary crossing and experimentation, along with support and nurturing and community.
Sometimes you have already formed artists that are transitioning towards an academic career. And the Aesthetics and Politics program very much welcome artists with that background and with that goal. But also sometimes we have students that are coming from a liberal arts education, undergrad education, and they are transitioning towards the art field. We have returning students, more mature students, and they want to stop and think by diving into a scholarly, intense and profound elaboration of what they are doing, of their practice, etc. And then you have the students that do want to become scholars, who want to do an academic career. So the MA, it's a meeting place with people with different backgrounds and different goals.
There's really so many directions that they can go. We have many students who then go on to apply to PhD programs. We also have students who go on to curatorial practice or teaching practice, independent scholars and writers, students who develop a book project in their time here and then publish the book. So part of what makes the program so dynamic is that students will be taking many different paths. All students in the Aesthetics and Politics program have the opportunity to apply to teach a course of their own design after they graduate. And for me, this is exciting, not just for the quality of courses that we get from that, but leading up to that, as the students are developing those syllabi, they meet with us and talk about it. Even those who don't get the fellowship and wind up teaching the class here at CalArts, they leave with a class that they've developed that is connected to their expertise and is the most innovative and interesting class that they can design.
It's always interesting to see how you gather what is uniquely yours, because I come from so many different backgrounds. What I enjoy particularly in working with the students is when they educate me back. I want them to have research and background that I don't have, and I want to see their methods on their own terms. We drive around, we go through the city, I have these breakfasts with students at home even. I don't like them to be just up here. I want them to actually absorb the city as well. They're inside a school that is multiple disciplined and inside a program that is very disciplined but allows them to find their own path.
The first semester is really building sort of a shared reference point for key texts and different readings that are pretty paramount to being able to kind of speak the same language around different class discussions or debates. The second semester is really where you start to refine what your ideas are, what you'll be developing your thesis on. But I will say, and I will encourage that first year students branch out of their area of expertise. Take classes in performance, take classes in art, take classes in dance, in whatever sort of piques your interest, because you'll never know how that feeds into your research or your thesis in your second year.
The second year is a low residency year during which students still take a minimal amount of courses, but really there's a lot of freedom in the schedule for them to work independently on their master's thesis. They will be working one-on-one with their first thesis reader towards the completion of that highly individualized research project.
It's a program that you will come out of with a really interesting, original, and developed thesis because of these 2 years and that shift in focus.
One thing that comes to mind when we think about postgraduate opportunities is this notion that people sometimes come across as the CalArts Mafia, which basically refers to a CalArts community of people who really take care of each other, and you really see that after graduation as well. The faculty is there to help students with residency applications, PhD applications, any kind of project they get involved in. Sometimes years after graduation, they'll check in with us and we'll help them out with that. But then there's also that broader CalArts community, which is vast and where people really take care of each other.
My advice for those that are considering joining the Aesthetics and Politics program is if you can sit in on a class. When I was deciding which schools to apply to, it was really excellent to be able to feel the energy on campus. It makes you feel like the sky isn't even the limit. It's like something further than that.